live from the Blackbird Studios in sunny North Cambridge. It's the Rave X 10-minute podcast. And now, he's voting for Trump because he wants to make America grape again. Rave X.
Aw, come on, T-Money. 3 weeks in a row with the insults. One, I am not voting for Trump. I don't care if he wants to make America grape again.
That's JV, bro.
I agree. Donald Trump is totally JV. Although, a nice, tall, ice-cold glass of grape drink on a summer day. Anyway, my name's Rave X. This is the Rave X 10-minute podcast. We made it to episode 3, kids, and remember, I couldn't do it without you. I don't do this podcast for me. I'm a very busy man. I do it for all of you. So I want to do something here today I like to call Q&Rave, where I take your questions, all your questions, comments, and concerns that were sent to Rave and Xavier on Facebook.com. So let's dive right in here. Number one, from a guy named Superfan77 says, "Hey, Rave, what do you think of the new JLA trailer?" Well, I'll tell you what, I saw it. I saw it last night, and I thought it was really cool, man. The funny thing is, the best part of that whole trailer was seeing Ben Affleck back as Bruce Wayne. And who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it, kids, in a million years? Ben Affleck being the best thing about the DC cinematic universe. And you see him, he looks very comfortable in the role this time. He doesn't look nearly as like, why'd you say that name, Martha? He just looks like Ben Affleck having a great time as Bruce Wayne. For the people who haven't seen it, you should check it out. Just YouTube JLA trailer from like San Diego Comic-Con or something. It starts off, he's going to get Aquaman, recruit him to the team, Ocean's 11 style. And Aquaman's in this bar, and he's like, I have to talk to this guy, blah, blah, blah. And then Jason Momoa turns around. And let me tell you, Jason Momoa doesn't look like Aquaman, but he does look fucking badass, right? And they did something to his eyes, like his eyes are all like grayed over or something, which would make sense because he's going to be like under the water staring at fish or something like that. And Aquaman grabs Bruce Wayne by his fucking jacket and spins him around and bangs him against the wall. He's fucking pissed off, dude. He's the angry one this time around. And Bruce Wayne looks at him and says something like, "So I hear you can talk to fish." And he kind of gives him this little smirk because it's, Aquaman's gotten shit over the years, and it's kind of stupid that, yeah, he can talk to fish. And then we see Bruce Wayne sitting in the Flash's sort of hideout there, and Ezra Miller comes in, and they have a little exchange, and Bruce Wayne throws a batarang in slow motion, and the Flash just watches it for a really long time, and then he grabs it, and he's like, we're starting a team, and we need you on the team, and Ezra Miller says, you had me at team, whatever, I'm in. And then he holds up the batarang and says, can I keep it? Pretty fucking cool. We see a little bit of Cyborg. I don't like it. It's CGI'd. I hate when they CGI the suit. The Flash's suit is also CGI, but, they kind of just started filming this a little while ago, so maybe they're going to touch up the CGI a little bit, make it a little bit better. And all in all, it was great. Wonder Woman looks awesome. Oh, Gal Gadot. Jesus Christ, is she not the hottest thing on the planet? Her costume looks like there's a lot more color into it. Anyway, it's really good. The movie looks fun. We didn't see Superman yet, but, he's going to be in it. And that's that. It's great. So let's move down the line here. Love Doll 81. Love Doll 81. Ugh. Why were you so harsh to women in your first podcast? Well, I'll tell you why I was so harsh to women on my first podcast. Because women have cooties. And I've been saying this since the 3rd grade, and nobody wants to listen to me. So Love Doll 81, why don't you worry more about coming up with decent screen names than what I'm saying about women on my own podcast. Moving on. Cypher 96. I like that. Any plans for a Rave X Volume 6? Volume 5 was awesome. Thank you, Cypher 96. It takes a long time to make these albums, man. A buddy of mine was telling me I should do a little YouTube thing about how I write and record all these songs because I'm playing everything on them. If you go to YouTube and hear any of those songs, it's me doing 2 rhythm tracks, a lead track, bass. The drums aren't easy to do. Now, I didn't play those drums, but those are real drums that are recorded. And then you have to cut and paste what you like, and then you have to sort of seam them together seamlessly. I guess merge them together seamlessly. And then you got to put in cymbals on the accents and cut out the drums here and add the drums there. And it takes a wicked long time, man. I mean, to push out 5 songs is it's like a couple of months. So I think just sit back there. What was his name? Cypher 96. Sit back, enjoy your Rave X Volume 5. If you want more, there's more stuff there on YouTube from Volume 3 and 2. And at some point, I will go back to writing music. I don't write music for me, I write it for you. Anyway, moving on down the line here. We're going to try to keep it under 20 minutes this time. After all, it is the Rave X 10-minute podcast. D-Fuma Ninja says, why didn't you go into more detail about why young black men of color are responsible for almost 50% of crimes? For those of you who didn't listen, that was going back to last week's episode, episode 2, Mr. Crooked Officer, where we were kind of just scratching the surface and touching base on sort of race relations and crime and blah, 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 and I got stopped by a cop. Go back and hear it. It's on the YouTube. I think I did a little bit. I mean, we went back to like the 30s and 40s where, upper class, middle class Caucasians didn't want blacks moving into their neighborhood. This gave them astigmatism. They couldn't get jobs. But at the same time, I do think you don't want to pacify this stuff. You don't want to throw something out there and say, well, this person didn't have a choice. That's why. Because I think at the end of the day, no matter what hardship befalls you, and trust me, we've all had some serious hardship. Your boy Rave, let me say this, man. I ain't coming out of this dance without a scratch on me. Trust me, I'm covered in scars. But I think it comes down to a personal decision that's made by a person. And again, it's not easy, right? I've been broke. I've been unemployed. I've had rent and bills due. I don't have any kids, so I'm just taking care of myself and my dear pet rat, Scratchy. But I've never decided to rob a liquor store or commit a crime or anything like that. Again, just touching on it. So I think we did kind of get into it. At the same time, I think it just comes down to a person's individual choice. If you decide I need money so bad I'm going to commit a crime, well, then you become a statistic. And it doesn't matter if you're white, black, Hispanic, or Asian. Once you commit a crime, they give you a little number, you go to jail, you get out, you're a statistic. This number of people, percentage causes a crime. Well, at the end of the day, unless someone put a gun to your head and said, go rob that liquor store, you made a decision to go rob a liquor store. Now, it is what it is. Again, much bigger discussion to be had, but we're just going to move down the line quickly here. Backslider07 says, Xbox or PS4? That's an easy one. Xbox. Next one. DJ91, Trump or Hillary? Oh, man, really? You know, I honestly, I'm going to surprise a few people out there with this one. I'm going to go with neither. I think that Hillary Clinton is a fucking sociopath. I really do. I just think, like, why would you want to be president that bad? She's just a pandering, dumb broad. It's not about women or not. I don't care if it's a woman president or a gay president. I really don't give a shit as long as you can do the job. I just think she's just a fake like a $3 bill. You know what I mean? And when she talks to black people from the South, she's got like a Southern twang when she talks. And then when she talks to other people, and then she just her fucking voice. I don't think we can. Oh, my God. Really? It's just horrible. You know, if you're ever making sweet love to a hot chick and you don't want to come too early, just think of Hillary Clinton's voice rotating around your brain, because trust me, you will last all night. Not that your boy Rave has that problem. I mean, no, not at all. I don't care what you've heard. Trump, I'm not even mad at Trump. I don't hate Trump. I like that he says he wants to put America first, but at the same time, you know? I don't know. So I'm going to say this, man. Obama for a third term. I think that's our safest bet. I like Obama as a president. I trust him. You know, you're never going to agree 100% with what a president does. But as far as presidents go, Obama's been a pretty good president. Now, I hear people say, Obama's not going to stop until he destroys this country. One, you're a fucking moron. Why would someone go through the trouble of being president to destroy the country? It's like when they say, George Bush masterminded 9/11. Again, you're a fucking moron. Like, what are you just sitting around huffing glue and eating fucking lead chips of paint off your wall? No. Let me get this cleared up right now. George Bush didn't mastermind 9/11, and Barack Obama is not secretly a Muslim who wants to destroy America. Just none of those things are true. I wish we could just have an Obama presidency. And I'm going to take it one step further. Obama should just be president till he dies. Now, I didn't vote for Obama. I didn't vote for him twice. But I tell you one thing. If it comes down to Trump or Hillary, I'd fucking vote for that guy in a heartbeat. Anyway, Moving on. Fox Bait 3000. Really, guys, with these names? Fox Bait 3000. Favorite rock or metal album? Oh, man. Favorite rock or metal album? There's so many of them, man, and I think it rotates and changes all the time. Justice. If you listen closely, hear a little Justice in the background here, because it's a goddamn stereophonic piece of metallic goodness. Yeah. Anything from Pantera except Reinventing the Steel, and even that was good. Reinventing the Steel is an interesting story behind this. They were on a contract, and they wanted out of their contract, but it was like a 4-album deal, and they had to give them like 2 more albums. So the last one was Reinventing the Steel, which is just Pantera throwing together riffs and shit. But when you're dealing with Pantera, even them not trying, like even Pantera phoning it in, is still really good. I mean, Pantera on their worst day is still like a hand job at the end of a date. Like you're hoping she comes up and gives you a little bit of suction, but you'll take a hand job in her fucking car downstairs in the parking lot. I mean, not that happens to me. I'm just saying. All right, moving on. Devilstick 03. Devilstick 03 says this. Favorite movie or favorite superhero movie? Favorite movie? Again, that really changes, man. I think Pulp Fiction is an amazing movie. I just saw that recently, and it holds up. If you go back and you watch Pulp Fiction, it holds up. And it's just a fun ride. I mean, everyone has seen Pulp Fiction. The Crow is amazing. Ironically, I painted my face like the Crow before I did this podcast. It's something I do to relieve stress. And of course, Star Wars and stuff like that is great. But as far as favorite movie, oh, man, The Dark Knight, if we're going to get into superhero movies. Dark Knight's amazing, kind of a generic answer, but it's a fucking masterpiece. And Man of Steel, a lot of people shit all over Man of Steel, man, but I thought that was a really good movie. I thought that Henry Cavill did a great job. And, Henry Cavill is one of the very few guys who you can say you think is handsome and no one will call you gay. Henry Cavill and Hugh Jackman. Yeah. All right, moving on. Surfer Girl 360. Ooh, Surfer Girl 360. Fucking call me, sweetie. Come on, man. What does this say here? Favorite beach that you've been to? Favorite beach. Well, I don't have any favorite beaches. I've been to some pretty nice beaches. Tampa Beach in Florida is beautiful. Looks awesome. I was at a beach in, some part of Greece. I'm not even sure of the town. We caught a boat over there, and then like an 8-hour bus ride because my buddy Vince fucked up on the itinerary, and we had to take this 8-hour bus ride through like the mountains of Greece and shit. And we looked down and we saw this beach, and it was like sort of white sand and blue water, and you could see like corals and palm trees and shit. And I didn't know if we were going to be anywhere near there, but when we got off the bus and we ended up going to where we were staying, we did get to go down to that beach. And let me tell you something, kids. I haven't been to a lot of places. A lot of you have been to, more places than me. A beach in Greece, it's fucking amazing. It's like that Corona commercial. You know what I mean? So we're going to wrap it up a little early here. We did a little over 10 minutes. And the next couple of Rave X podcasts, man, what I'm trying to put together is some interviews. I want to do some live interviews with people, but I'm still working out the sort of soundboard here, and we're going to need a little bit of equipment. And once we get that done, I want to have people come on to the Rave X show and, tell their story, tell us what you're up to. Also, I got someone who I want to do an interview with in the future who might play a live song for us, kids. So we're going to have some live music. And, oh, man, kids, we did it again. You hear that? You fucking hear that? It's the goddamn sun coming up, man. We talk all through the night like a bunch of little giddy high school girls. Anyway, man, my name is Rave X. This is the Rave X 10-minute podcast. And remember, you might not be able to fight like a samurai, but you can always die like one. My name is Rave X, and I'm out of here.
That was the Rave X 10-minute podcast. Be sure to click like and subscribe. For new music and all things Rave X, go to youtube.com and search Rave X Music.